Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you in the middle of a 5-5 ball game. Rangers tied with the Twins 5-5. Bottom of the ninth inning, 2 outs. Josh Smith strikes out on a pretty filthy off-speed pitch, low curveball, bounced, I think, on top of the plate. Smith totally fooled there. Not quite that bad, but nevertheless, definitely fooled on that pitch. Looks like Andrew Chafin warming in the bullpen right now. We're going to bring you the play-by-play here to finish this one out. Thank you for joining us, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, all those. Hope I didn't miss any. Adolis up right now with the chance to win it. Let's see if he can do it. Bottom of the ninth inning, he was going for it there. Two-seamer in the dirt. Adolis going down low to try and get it. Of course, Adolis Garcia with a huge home run in the seventh inning that tied the game at 4 apiece. It was 4-2 with 1 out. Adolis goes up, gets a fastball, and does not miss it in the seventh inning. Now he's up in the bottom of the ninth to try and give the Rangers the win. He picked a good pitch there. It was middle in, and Adolis just missed it. So quickly 1-2 count on Adolis Garcia. We're going to finish out this game with you guys right now. Twins get a home run in the top of the ninth. Adolis foul ball right here. Kirby Yates with his first blown save of the season. Shocking. I did not expect to see Kirby Yates blowing the save today. He's been so good, so reliable. Did not think Kirby Yates was going to be giving up that bomb, but baseball is a weird game. It's a crazy game. Adolis darn near sent that one out, but it's a fly out to the track in left center field. I thought maybe he got that one, y'all. I was holding my breath for a second, but we're going to be heading to extra innings here. Top of the 10th coming up. Rangers blow a chance to get a 5-4 win. Kirby Yates, unfortunately, first blown save of the season. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring you guys all of the highlights of this one, kind of go through some game recap as we're sprinkling in play-by-play. And we're going to talk about some of the key moments, go through the box score. We're going to touch on some players that had some big games today for the Rangers, go through the pitchers as well. Rangers got some very big pitching performances today also. Let's get into it. First of all, here at Right on Rangers, y'all know we cover everything sports, but we put a big emphasis on all the teams we love from the great state of Texas, including the Rangers, and especially the Rangers during baseball season. Appreciate all of y'all joining. Appreciate all of y'all choosing Right on Rangers for your Rangers content. A lot of different choices out there. Honestly, don't know how many people are bringing you post-game, in-game content like this. I don't see a ton out there. I know there's a bunch of Rangers podcasts, but either way, thank you for all your support, for the likes, for watching, for all y'all's comments. It's great. Love it. And it's always fun going live during a game. We just hope it goes better than the last time. We've been about 50-50 going live during the games. We have seen some epic finishes with the Rangers getting big hits to win in the end. Rangers are 7-2, though, going into extra innings. 7-2 in extra inning affairs this year. We figured that out last time they were in extras. So Rangers do have a pretty good record. Let me get some juice into my phone here. Some pretty good efforts in extra innings. They've been very, very good in extras. The Josh Smith homer was incredibly clutch and probably one of my favorite moments of the season when Josh Smith hits the home run, walk off to win it. That was just huge. Just huge. So that's probably one of my favorite moments, I would say, of the Rangers season and doing this show with you guys watching. Let's see if we can't get another one of those moments right now. Let's see if we can't get one of those in extras. The Twins will get the ghost runner starting out on second base. And like I said, I'll try and bring you guys play-by-play. I know some of us are streaming. Some of us have this on cable, perhaps, while we're watching. So we'll have probably some different speeds here. I might be a little bit ahead, a little bit behind. But right now, up at the plate, Castro Chafin on for the Rangers. So Yates does not go out there for a second inning. 1-1 count at the moment. Again, Castro up to bat. So let's go through it. Top of the ninth inning, we had a couple of different things. First of all, we had top of the ninth. First of all, leadoff home run, Carlos Santana. I was trying to see if there was an out that happened before that home run, but I was pretty sure it was leadoff homer. So Carlos Santana has killed the Rangers this entire series. On Thursday, he came up and had a big sac fly. On Friday, he had a 3-run homer in Andrew Heaney's start. I don't think he was the hero on Saturday, but might end up being the hero today for the Twins if they're able to get a win. 2-1 count, by the way, on Castro at the moment. Shout out the UK. Hey, why not? We'll get it done real quick. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, Jamie. Malley, yeah, just a rough start for Malley at the beginning. You know, you give up the early runs in the first. Just not ideal. Looks like Chafin is going to get the first out of the inning here. And we'll have, I think, in advance. They might. Are they going to test him out? Yes, they will. And the throw is just a little bit late. Dolly getting tested out there. He was a little bit on his back foot. It was a hard line drive. So the Twins do move the runner up to third base now with 1 out. Again, I know I might be a little bit ahead of some of you guys, or maybe a little bit behind, so bear with me. But 1 out, runner on third now, and the Twins will be bringing up Miranda, their third baseman. He is 1 for 4 with a triple on the day. Strike 1 on a slider, pretty much right down the pipe there. Miranda probably not expecting off speed in that moment. Looked like a pretty good slider right over the plate. Rangers do bring the infield in to try and cut down the runner at home. Malley, by the way, in that first inning, if we scroll back to it here, looks like pitch 2 coming in here. Chafin throws the slider down low once again, and we have a play at the plate. Out, not even freaking close. Gunned him down at home. Beautiful play. The Twins will get the runner on first base, but ground ball to Corey Seager, or was that Josh Smith? Excuse me. I think that was Siegs, actually. My bad on that one. Seager, beautiful play coming in. Kind of had to throw it a little bit across his body. He was going to his left, threw it across his body on the freaking money. Beautiful play by Corey Seager right there, y'all. Beautiful play. We get on Siegs a little bit for the defense. I know I have throughout the year. That is a beautiful play by Corey Seager to get that out. And huge call. Looks like they're doing a little bit of a review here. Was there a block of the plate? So buckle up, guys. Buckle up right now. They're reviewing whether or not the plate was blocked here. I hate this call. It was out by a mile. There's no reason that this needs to get overturned. Baracco Baldelli is going to see if he can snake one out here. Kelly looked like was in perfect position. Again, he's out by a mile. The throw takes Kelly into the line. That is just fine. Kelly sets up above the plate. The throw clearly above the plate. The throw takes him into the line. This should be a no-brainer. He should be safe. It shouldn't even be close, but they are going to review whether or not Kelly blocked the line heading home. I hate this call. This shouldn't even be reviewable. It was so not even close. And this play wasn't even close. It takes Kelly up very slightly. There wasn't even an attempted slide on this play. I have no idea why they're even allowing this to be reviewed. Let's see what the call is on the field. Umpire is coming out. The call is out. Love to see that. There was no reason any funny business needed to be involved there, and they don't even need to allow that to be challenged. That is the most BS challenge. Don't even get me started. The guy was out by 5 feet, and you're challenging whether or not Carson Kelly blocked the plate. He's out by 5 feet. There's not even an attempted slide. That shouldn't even be reviewable. Don't even get me going on that play. Right now, we've got Larnach up to bat. He has been on fire, and we are going to need to be careful with him. He's got a double already today, 2 for 4. So I'm not trying to be giving this guy anything close right now. Larnach, the DH, I believe, for the Twins today, 2 for 4 on the day. Looks like, looks like they're pinch hitting now, and it's quickly a 2-0 count. I'm not sure why they're pinch hitting here. Lefty on lefty, I suppose, but maybe Larnach's got some bad splits. I think that's about the only thing I can think of here. Otherwise, that guy was killing us pretty much all series long. So we're going to see here. Quickly 3-0. Not what you wanted after a big play. 3-0 count right now. Chafin getting a little bit wild here right after a big play by Corey Seager to gun down the go-ahead run at the plate. Vasquez, the catcher, pinch hitting right now. Looks like Mike Maddox is going to come out 3-0. Twins, after Vasquez, the pinch hitter, will have Jeffers up. Jeffers has also crushed the Rangers pitching in this series. He's 2 for 3 on the day today. I really don't think they want to face Jeffers with runners on first and second here. That would not be ideal. You want to get Vasquez right here. Vasquez, definitely a guy that can drive the ball, but you don't want to see Jeffers. I don't want to see Jeffers at all. Jose Leclerc, buckle up even more. Get another seatbelt on. Jose Leclerc is in the bullpen right now warming up. Woo, I think I'd like to see Chafin get out of this one and the Rangers just go ahead and win it in the bottom of the 10th. Leclerc warming up. Get your barf bag ready. Get your second seatbelt on. I would really like to see Chafin get out of this one. We really do not need to be messing around in the 11th inning with Leclerc. 2 strikes now, though. Chafin comes back, gets a called strike, kind of on a middle out pitch. Fastball. Vasquez taken. Foul on the 5th pitch. So it's a 3-2 count at this point. Vasquez is going to take a timeout here, regather himself. Let's see if Chafin can come up with a big pitch. Really would be huge to not have to face Jeffers in this inning. So here it comes, pitch number 6 of the AB. Chafin looking to get out of this one without the Twins scoring. This is something that the Rangers have been able to do a lot this year in extra innings, prevent the opposing team from scoring in the top of the 10th. Woo, let's go. Big strikeout, Chafin, nasty sinker, outside corner, right on the black, perfectly placed. Huge from Chafin right there. Let's go. Let's go, Chafin. Let's go win a ball game right now. Let's go win a ball game. So we are going to have in the bottom of the 10th, Nate Lowe up to bat. Doley will be on second base. We've got Lowe, Jung, Langford. I got to tell you guys, I really like our chances. Lowe, Jung, Langford. You got 3 guys that can drive the ball there. Got to have a productive out in the first at bat. Really hoping Nate Lowe will ground ball right side. I know Nate Lowe is a guy that can push the ball, slap the ball, oppo. You're really looking for ground ball right side here or ball driven deep to the outfield. Has to be one of those two if you're not going to get a true hit. We've got to get ground ball right side or ball deep to get Doley to third base. I hope Nate Lowe can go ahead and win it on the first at bat. But if he doesn't, productive out. Got to have it. Let's go through and let's quickly see if we can bring you what happened in the first inning. So top of the first inning, you had a number of different things go wrong. Willie Castro did strike out to begin the game. You were feeling really, really good after that. A little 5-pitch strikeout from Malley. Then you got the triple from Miranda. Larnach came up, doubled in Miranda home. From there, Jeffers hits the 2-run bomb, and it's quickly 3-0. So that's just a killer. You start out the game with a strikeout. Malley then gives up 3 hits in a row, almost a cycle, triple, double home run. Just needed a single to complete the cycle there in that inning. He did get 2 quick outs after that, a ground out from Wallner and a sharp line out from Santana. Then the Rangers are able to put together a little something in the bottom of the first. Josh Jung not able to come up big in the bottom of the first inning. I thought that was a big moment. The Rangers go on to lose this game. I do think you got to look at that bottom of the first inning. bases loaded. I think it was actually second and third with one out, or first and third with one out. Rangers not able to get anything. That was painful. Thanks for the correction here. Natalie, what's up? Langford did get subbed out for Jankowski, so it is going to be Janko. And I imagine they're probably going to let him hit because of the lefty on because of the righty on lefty there. So we'll see what happens. But let's get back. We'll go back through the game. That's the bottom of the first. Somebody had asked, I think John had asked, what happened with Malley? What happened with Malley in the top of the first inning? That kind of gives you a little bit of a recap. We're going to go back and cover it all in between. But Nate Lowe up to bat right now. Nate Lowe up to bat. And looks like a little bit of a step off here. A little bit of a step off. So we're going to get a little reset here. Nate Lowe up to bat with the chance to win the game for the Texas Rangers. Thanks for everybody that's tuning in. Another step off here. And now a mound visit. So we have 2 disengagements by the pitcher. And now a mound visit. So clearly catcher-pitcher not quite on the same page here. Nate Lowe has been great today. He's been on base 3 different times. Feels like Nate Lowe could be the guy to get it done right now for the Rangers. Nate Lowe 1 for 2 with a walk, an HBP. So he's been on base 3 times today. Sure would be nice to see a patented Nate Lowe. Ball in the left center gap, just right up that alley. Game over. That sure would be nice to see. Called strike 1, little 4-seam fastball at about 98. Really good pitch. Really good pitch. Definitely one that if you don't get another one as good as that, I'm not going to be shocked. It looks like strike 2, swinging strike, 99 up top. So Nate Lowe quickly in an 0-2 count here. Let's see if he's able to work back and get into a competitive count. Quickly 0-2. Little check swing attempt. Wasn't able to hold up. Did look like it was correctly called there. And unfortunately, Nate Lowe is going to strike out on some high cheese. 99 miles an hour on that one. So very, very poor at bat from Nate Lowe here. Very poor at bat. Did look like he got 3 strikes, though. Don't know if there was really any opportunity to take. Looks like 3 strikes as I'm looking at the pitch track. So Nate Lowe not able to make good contact. It's one of those where, like I said, the first pitch was probably the best pitch for Nate Lowe to swing at. He's going up, maybe trying to be patient. I don't know what the approach is, but unfortunately, Nate Lowe lets the best pitch in the at-bat go by for strike 1, and then quickly 2 swinging strikes. Nate Lowe is down. Josh Jung is going to take ball 1 on a curveball way outside. Twins are lucky that one didn't get away. That was a wild curveball. Looks like ball 2 on a ball down low here. So Josh Jung in a favorable count early. I think they're going to be careful with Josh here with that bomb that he hit in the 7th to give the Rangers the lead. So I'm not going to be surprised if they don't completely want to pitch to Josh Jung here. Maybe they'll come back with a nice fastball right down the pipe on 2-0, but I'd imagine they're trying to be careful with Jung after that bomb to center field that put the Rangers ahead 5-4 before Kirby Yates gives up the Santana home run. So we'll see if Josh in a favorable count can do some damage here. Again, 2-0, Dolly on second, Nate Lowe strikes out. And we have got pitch number 3 on the way. Let's see what it brings. And the ball gets away. Ground ball third base. Dolly scores. Game over. Let's go. I like Texas, baby. Rangers win this one on a wild last play. Bad throw, errant throw from the left side of the infield. Ball gets away from the first baseman. Dolly comes all the way around to score. And the Rangers are going to win this one 6-5. We'll take any win we can get at this point, Rangers fans. Will we not? We will take any win that we can. I don't care how ugly it was or how lucky it was. We're going to take any Rangers win right now. We are going to take anything. Rangers get a dub on some bad, shoddy defense by the Twins. Miranda brings the throw a little wide over to first base, maybe. Looks like a successful tag out. I don't know what they're going to rule on that. They called Josh Jung safe, but They tried to apply the tag to Jung. He would have been out with a good tag, but Josh Jung, as he's getting tagged, the ball gets dislodged from the first baseman's glove, and it just squirts away about 10 feet probably from the first baseman. Adolis comes all the way around to score from second base, and the Rangers are going to get the dub here on a Sunday. My goodness, you're going to take any win you can get at this point. I did not have Josh Jung ground ball getting away from the first baseman on the tag on my bingo card, but I'm going to take it. I am going to take it. Yes, bye-bye losing streak. Let's go. Bye-bye losing streak. Hello, win column. And I like Texas. Oh, my goodness. Hey, look, we've had a couple of walk-offs here together at Right On Rangers. We had the Josh Smith walk-off against Houston. We've got the Josh Jung walk-off now against the Twins. Man, it's good to get a win. What a great win, though, for the Rangers. The comeback in the seventh. And look, John says over and over again, and I say it too. First of all, we'll take it. Indeed, that is what the comment reads. But, John, you've said this. Put the ball in play. Put the ball in play, and good things happen. Clearly, Josh Jung not squaring that baseball up. But when you just put the ball in play, good things can and will happen. Throw me away, an error, you boot the ball. You never know. So good things happen when you put the ball in play, and Josh Jung's RBI, walk-off, ground out, whatever you want to call it, ends up winning the game for the Rangers. But look, in all seriousness, we got to give Josh Jung a lot of credit going ahead and giving the Rangers the lead in the bottom of the seventh on a baseball that was absolutely freaking mashed. Josh Jung with an epic center field, dead center home run, put the Rangers up 5-4, and he ends up being the hero once again in the bottom of the 10th inning, just putting the ball in play. And Scott, I'm glad you brought this up. Thank goodness he was hustling, and he was. You watch the replay, Jung was just moving down that line, and he don't move super well, but for his standards, Josh Jung was moving down that line, and it was huge because otherwise that run probably doesn't score because first base is catching it and then stepping on the bag instead of applying the tag. So Josh Jung, give him all the credit in that 10th inning for just putting the ball in play and hustling down the line. Josh Jung got to be the hero of today's game offensively. There is one other guy that I want to talk about that I would consider the hero of today's game. And it's not Adolis Garcia, although I wouldn't fault you if you said Adolis is the other hero of the game today with that big 2-run game-tying home run. The Joshes, yep. Hey, look, the last two, I think we're the last 2 out of 3 times a Josh has walked it off in Right On Rangers Lives when we have gone live during the games and brought you the play-by-play. Simi a hero? I'm not going Simi, actually. It's a little bit of a deep cut, but Marcus Semien 3 for 5 today, a good one. Here's my hero, my other hero in today's game. And then I'll get back to comments and we'll keep on going. I'll scroll back because I know I've got a few other comments that I didn't get to. Thank you, by the way, for everybody that's tuning in right now. Let's talk some post-game analysis right now. My other hero, an unlikely one, but I'm going to go with Gerson Garabito today for my other hero. 4 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks, kept the Rangers in the game today. Gerson Garabito, not going to get a lot of love in the highlight reel or anything like that, but he pitches 4 shutout, no-hit innings today for the Rangers, just keeping them in the game. Just keeping them in the game. I mean, at that point, it was 4-0. He's pitching in a 4-run game for most of what he came into, and he pitches 4 shutout, no-hit innings for the Rangers to keep them in the game. I don't think that's insignificant. We've talked about how the Rangers have struggled nearly all season when they are in a deficit, 2-3-run deficit, to get guys to come in and keep the game close. Of course, it's an entirely separate issue that the offense has not been able to come back consistently when they're down 2 or 3 runs late. They got over that hurdle today, scoring 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th. But I got to give it to Gerson Garabito today, coming in, pitching outstanding, 4 shutout, no hit innings. He quietly is having an excellent season for the Rangers. Garabito, 2.65 ERA on the year. And that's in almost 20 innings pitched so far for the Rangers. I think he's got 17 innings pitched. Look, not a guy that gets a ton of swing and miss, although he did have 3 and 4 innings today. Garabito with a whip of 1, basically allowing 1 base runner an inning. That's outstanding with a 2.65 ERA. Got to give Gerson Garabito my other player of the game today. Really, really enjoyed what we saw from him. A lot of other performances that I appreciated today. Marcus Semien is one of them, no doubt. 3 hits up at the top of the order. We've talked about Marcus Semien needing to be a guy that steps up and gets the job done at the top of the order, setting the table, 315 OBP-ish, something like that. To have him come out and get 3 hits today, huge for table setting purposes. Let me go back through the comments, though. Opinion on the Yankees. I think I talked about the Yanks. We usually save other teams for the end of the show, but real quick, I gave my opinion on the Yankees yesterday. I think they're going to have a great rest of the regular season. I don't think that their pitching rotation plays in the playoffs. You've got Garrett Cole in a box of rocks. I mean, I know Gil has had a good season, but he's untested in the playoffs. I don't think the Yankees have enough pitching to get the World Series this year. Could they win a series? Perhaps. But I think the Yankees are going to flame out sooner rather than later in the playoffs. I do think they've got an electric top of the order, Judge, Soto, but I don't think the Yankees have enough pitching to get it done. We'll keep on going. We've got Garcia. Natalie with Garcia has woken up since Jung has come back. Maybe the two things are related, maybe not, but Garcia does appear to be looking like his former self. I wish that he would have figured this out a little bit sooner before we drop to 9-10 games out of first place, whatever it is. But nevertheless, I'm glad to see him heating up a little bit, providing a good middle of the order presence for the Rangers. This is what we needed from him all season long. It's unfortunate he waited till the middle of August to turn it on, but it is what it is. Yeah, we didn't have to see Leclerc today. That definitely is a nice little victory in and of itself. That would have got very interesting very quickly had Leclerc been needed in the top of the 11th inning. Not something I wanted to see. Definitely not something that I wanted to see. Let me go TikTok real quick for comments. Astros fans love coming into my shows. They just love it. Yeah, 11 games up. Astros definitely going to be making the playoffs. I can't see the Rangers catching them, but nevertheless, the Astros, they've got a solid team. Don't know if they're going to be making the playoffs either. Making the World Series, but they'll probably be back in the championship series. It's just how it goes. Astros got a small window, though. Enjoy it while it lasts, Astros fans. You're not going to be relevant for very much longer. Few years, worst farm system in the major leagues. Y'all ain't got much time. Enjoy this while it lasts. Let me keep going. Looks like we're good on TikToks. Thanks for everybody tuning in, by the way. Appreciate all you guys. I'll come back in a little bit, check things out, but appreciate your support of the show. Let's keep going. Let's talk the game and just how it went in the first 6-7 innings-ish. We'll kind of recap some things for you. They'll be cheating again soon. I think MLB's probably watching the Astros pretty close at this point. Look, the Astros got about 3 years left. Altuve's getting older. They have nobody in the farm system. Perhaps they throw some big money at some free agents. That's pretty much the only way Houston is going to continue to be relevant. If they can get some big free agents, pay some luxury tax. I mean, it could happen. It could definitely happen. But I don't see it happening. I think there's going to be some other destinations for some of the big free agent names. Maybe they'll get 1, maybe 2. Astros got a small window. They got a small window right now, so enjoy it while it lasts. I don't think that they're going to be relevant in 4 or 5 years, maybe 2 or 3. but that might even be generous. They are a couple old guy injuries away from being a very mediocre ball club. Let's keep going. John says, if we get the big hit, man, can we put up some runs fast? And I couldn't agree more with that. If we get the big hit, the Rangers look like a very, very dangerous offense. And it's something that I like to see them work on in the offseason. I love when it's clicking, but it's painful when it's not. And the Rangers were painful at the beginning of this game. For the first 6 innings, it was ugly. The Rangers were like 0 with runners in scoring position. They ended up being 3 for 12 on the day, but I want to say they were like 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position before that 7th inning. It was ugly. And so the Rangers, to me, way too reliant on getting the big hit. And I really want to see them go out and pick up a couple of guys that can drive the ball into the gaps, but aren't home run or strikeout guys, aren't double or strikeout guys. I'd like to see the Rangers acquire some players that have some other intangibles besides being able to drive the ball out of the ballpark or hit a ball off the wall. I want to see guys that can move from station to station. I want to see guys that can play a little small ball, have a high on-base percentage, draw some walks here and there. It's something I would like to see them tweak in the offseason. 8 left on base today. Is that right? 8 left on base. So kind of proving the point. I think it was 9, actually, as I'm looking at the box score. So kind of proving the point. The Rangers, up until that 7th inning, it was looking very, very ugly. But they do come up big in the 7th. They score 5 runs, 3 coming off the homer. Josh Jung with the solo shot. Adolis with the game-tying 2-run homer that made it 4 apiece. We had, of course, Marcus Semien in that bottom of the 7th inning, setting the table well with a with a double line drive to right field. Leote actually was the one that kickstarted it. My mistake. Leote kickstarted that 7th inning with a line drive to center. Semien follows it up with a double to right. I love the hustle from Adolis, by the way, on that Semien double. It wasn't even a ball that went all the way to the track, and Tavares just really read it well. I think one of his really, really great at just pointing out his sharpness in that moment, because we have kind of dogged on Leo for not necessarily making the best reads and having the best feel out there on the base pass or in the field. Leo had a great read on that Semien double, was running hard the whole way. Credit to Beasley for sending him there and getting the first run on the board. That made it 4-1. Corey Seager doubles Marcus Semien home. Nice line drive right down the line. Just stayed fair, and that made it 4-2. Josh Smith just got under it, man. I really thought Josh Smith just missed a 2-run homer that would have tied the game with Corey Seager on base. Adolis comes up, though, high fastball, goes up and gets it. 4-4 ball game after that Adolis homer. Nate Lowe would go on to strike out, and Josh Jung would come up with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning with a no-doubter to center field. It looked pretty true off the bat. I know it doesn't get over the fence by a crazy amount, but I thought it was gone the moment it left the bat. You've seen Josh Jung go deep to center field a number of times in his short career. It looked good. Looked good. David Robertson. Love seeing Robertson come in today and pitch a scoreless inning. He did give up a walk, no strikeout, so a lot of contact off Robertson today. But look, Robertson has been up and down of late. David Robertson, over his last 7 games, 5.14 ERA. It's not pretty for David. Hasn't been good for David over the last 7 games, but Robertson comes in today. Really love seeing him bounce back and have a shutout inning. Look, the Rangers did a nice job today getting the shutdown inning. The 7th, the bottom of the 7th inning. And then also, I think a little bit earlier on yesterday, they did have a couple of shutdown innings. You score 5 in the bottom half, you go out and you throw up a 0 in the top of the 8th. That's huge, something that the Rangers have struggled with this year. So glad to see Robertson give the Rangers that ever elusive shutdown inning that Texas has had trouble getting this year. It's a big reason why they have not been able to win games of late. So love to see Robertson bounce back, have a big moment there in the top of the eighth. Kirby Yates, uncharacteristic, gives up the bomb. Did have 2 strikeouts in the inning, but gives up the big home run. Really, really felt bad for Kirby. First blown save of the season. Hard to believe in August 18th. It took Kirby until the middle of August to blow a save. Look, props to him. Give that guy a standing ovation like you would if a guy gave up a perfect game in the 8th inning. I mean, that guy has been phenomenal for Texas all season long. Hard to get mad at him. And he's been a guy the Rangers have used a lot the last month, the last 2 weeks. Some of it has kind of been all for naught with some of the losses the Rangers have been taking. But Kirby Yates, give the man his flowers, his props. He deserves a standing ovation for what he has done for the Rangers this season. Going, I think 22 out of 23 or 23 out of 24 in save opportunities. Incredible. Chafin does get the win today. Robertson gets his 24th hold of the season, which to me is just as good as a save. So Robertson, Yates, that tandem has been beautiful to watch this year. I think you are seeing at the end of the season a little bit of fatigue set in for both of those guys. I really think you got to give them a little bit of slack. They're both upper 30s. The Rangers have asked them to be pretty much everything in this bullpen. I'm not surprised when I see David Robertson's numbers over his last 7. I was glad to see the shutout, but I think Kirby Yates is probably dealing with some similar stuff. He's had a lot of usage in the last week or so. I'm not saying that is what they're dealing with. I'm not a medical professional, nor am I a trainer with any inside information, but you just feel like both those guys are probably a little tired at the end of this season. And we are getting to the end here with only about 37 games or so left. I'm not shocked, Aaron, that we're on the same page. Garabito, I think you can give it to Josh Jung with 2 go-ahead RBI late, excuse me. But I think Garabito's got to be right there with Jung, right behind him, perhaps. Obviously, offense is always going to get the spotlight, but Garabito, 4 shutdown, no-hit innings. I mean, he could have easily folded, not been locked in, not been focused there. We've talked about on the show how hard it can be, just the mentality, especially for those of us that have played the game before. You're down 4 runs. Your offense is doing nothing. It's hard to go in there, stay locked in, and not only give 4 shutout innings, but 4 no-hit innings as well. I think Garabito on the defensive pitching side of the ball, whatever you want to call it, I think he's got to be the player of the game. So, Aaron, not surprised. You and I are on the same page there. I think there's some other guys offensively. We talked about Simi, Nate Lowe on base a few different times today. That was great to see. You had Wyatt Langford on base twice today with a hit and a walk. Corey Seager with the big double. He had an RBI today. I was surprised Seager struggled as much as he did against Lopez. On the video we put out before the game today, Seager absolutely had raked versus Lopez in his career. He was like 4 for 6 with 3 bombs coming into this matchup with Lopez. Was a little surprised to not see Seager with a little bit of a better output, but nevertheless, he does come up with a big knock in the bottom of the 7th inning to keep that rally going. The Rangers got 3 hits in a row from Leote, Simi, Seager in that bottom of the 7th. Big jump start to the Rangers comeback, so got to give them props. We talked through Carson Kelly. He was 0 for tonight. Leote 1 for 4, but started the rally in the bottom of the 7th inning. You'll take 1 for 4 from Leote all day long. All season long, you will take 1 for 4. Just give me 250 from Leote. You'll take that from a 9-hole hitter. Absolutely. Doesn't look like, looks like actually 1 stolen base. 1 stolen base from Josh Smith. And that was, I believe, earlier on in the game off Pablo Lopez. Three double plays today. Three double plays actually turned by the Rangers. Let's be a little more specific. Rangers did hit into one double play. That was Corey Seager earlier on in the game, but we had three. Did we have one or two? Maybe not. One double play, I suppose. Yep, Simi Seager low. That's my mistake. Reading the box score a little bit wrong. I thought that sounded like a little much coming off the tongue, but we got a one double play today. And then the Twins on the other side, again, turning one themselves. Twins coming up with the error, much like the Rangers with their error late in the game yesterday on Saturday. That's the difference in the ball game. You make an error late, it's going to cost you. Yesterday for the Rangers, it was the Leote Josh Jung tandem error. And today, Miranda with a little bit of an off throw. First base has to apply the tag to a hustling Josh Jung, and the ball gets away on the slap tag, and Adolis comes all the way around to score for a Rangers win. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Garabito reminds me of Gardner Minshew. Baseball Network says you're gonna have to explain that one to me a little bit more. I think for me to get it, I would say maybe if you're gonna go like the grind it out mentality. Gardner, you kind of feel like has a little bit of flair, a little bit of magic, a little bit of something. I don't know. Bridge the gap, make the connection a little better for me, Baseball Network, and I'll be happy to put it back up. Now, a couple other things. Rangers, once again, I made this note. Once again, the Rangers just have trouble with opposing teams' catchers. Jeffers 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. Jeffers had a home run today. The Rangers just have issues with the opposing team's catchers. I don't know what it is. I have no science or explanation for it, but we just appear to struggle against opposing teams and their catchers. So Jeffers, I feel like he was hitting well all series long, all 4 games. I don't know what it is, but the trend continues. The pattern continues. However or whatever you want to call it. Now, beyond that, a few other things to note. We did have Josh Jung as the only one with the 2-out RBI today with that home run in the 7th. We did have Josh Jung leaving 2 men on base with 2 outs in scoring position. Carson Kelly, Marcus Semien as well. The first 6 innings were not pretty. They were not pretty. The offense looked terrible. The bottom of the 7th inning, the floodgates opened up. The Rangers quietly building up some comeback wins here over the last week or so. We'll take it because the beginning of the season, really the entire first 2/3 of the season was very, very ugly when it came to comeback wins and being down into the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning, even 1-2 runs. It was not pretty. So to see the Rangers over the past week and a half have some comeback victories, very encouraging. It's something that this team did very well last year, like very well. In fact, they'd be down 3 or 5 runs early, and you'd almost say to yourself with the 2023 team, I think they could come back. I felt very good about their comeback chances, especially if it was early in the game last year. But this year, I felt pretty much the exact opposite. So encouraging that the Rangers have been able to have some comeback wins of late. I'll pop in on TikTok, see if we got any comments real quick. Looks like we're doing well, but if y'all got anything, I'll check TikTok every so often. I've got phone up here for TikTok. I've got YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram on my computer. So it's a little bit all over the place, I know. So thanks for hanging in there. If you got a comment, I'm really going to make sure that I get to it eventually at some point. But Rangers today, if you're just joining us, 6-5 extra innings victory over the Minnesota Twins. I believe they improved their extra innings record to 8-2 on the season. That's no small thing. That's no small thing. 8-2 in extras. So that's doing maybe a little bit to dispel the unclutch notion that this team has kind of gathered for themselves over the first 125 games of the season. I would not say the Rangers are a super, super clutch team, at least consistently. It's good to see it over the last couple of weeks, but this year the Rangers have had a tough time breaking through in the clutch and getting the big hit. We talked about Josh Jung in the bottom of the first inning, leaving the bases loaded. Those were the two runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Rangers have had a tough time getting the clutch big hit really the entire season. Glad to see them doing it today in their game versus the Twins and getting a win today. All right, here's the Minshew-Garabito comparison. Minshew, NFL quarterback for Vegas, yes. Underdog like Garabito. Not really a guy that you think of as being a super great player, but is just getting it done, right? That helps me out. That's kind of where I thought you were going with it. Just a guy you really don't expect to be killing it. Kind of an average guy, but 2.65 ERA for Gerson Garabito. 4 shutout, no-hit innings today. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. All right. Today was a great win. It was fun bringing it live to you and celebrating with you on the show. We got to do that with Josh Smith a week and a half ago, whenever it was. Love that. Fun to do it again with the Rangers winning 6-5 on a Josh Jung fielder's choice. Is that what we're calling it? A Josh Jung fielder's choice, or did they give him a hit on that? I'm gonna have to double check. I don't think they gave him a hit. I think they gave him an error. Oh no, they did. They gave him a single on that. That's generous. That's a little hometown scoreboard scorekeeping for you to give Josh Jung a hit on that play. I don't think that was single worthy, but you know what? Josh Jung, I'm sure, will take it. It shows up nicely in the box score, but I don't know how they give Josh Jung a hit there. I think that's pretty clearly a throwing error. I think a good throw gets him by a couple of different steps, most likely. So generous scoring, but we'll take it. We will absolutely take it. Yep, Tristan, I'm with you. Just win and go Rangers. By the way, bad news for the Pirates series, at least what they confirmed on the broadcast. It does not appear that Paul Skeens is going to be pitching in the Pirates series. I don't know if that's bad news in terms of wins and losses, but if you were hoping to go catch Paul Skeens, it does not look like you're going to be able to do so. I don't think he is going to be a starting pitcher in any of the games, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is an off day for the Rangers. But it was looking like maybe Wednesday, the getaway day, was going to be the Paul Skeens start, but it looks like he is going to be pushed back to the next series. So unfortunate if you were hoping to get a glimpse of Skeens while the Rangers host the Pirates. Was not meant to be. At least that's what I heard on the broadcast. If you've heard something different, chime in. But I do think they confirmed that for us on the broadcast. No Skeens in the Pirates series. Again, probably good for the Rangers in terms of wins and losses. Speaking of the Pirates series, let's go ahead and start previewing it. If you want to talk anything else from the game today, please feel free to drop it in the chat, drop it in the comments. I'll definitely get to it before the show's over. If you got a question for me, you want to get my take on something, put your question in the comments as well, and I will get to it before the show's end. Doesn't look like the Rangers have announced a starter as of yet. If I'm just going back and thinking about it, Thursday was Bradford. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, probably not going to be Bradford. Is it Urania probably getting the start, would we say, tomorrow? I mean, I don't know. I think that's kind of natural. Although they were saying John Gray is not going to need a rehab assignment. So maybe it's John Gray tomorrow. I don't know. I think he's getting pretty close. So I would imagine it's either going to be Urania or John Gray tomorrow, if I had to guess. I think it would technically be Urania's turn in the rotation. Again, Texas has not announced a probable starter yet for tomorrow's game against the Pirates, but I'd imagine either Urania or maybe John Gray tomorrow in the opening game of the 3-game set that we have with the Pirates at home. Looks like Ortiz is going to be throwing for the Pirates. And Ortiz, over his last 7 starts, 3.60 ERA. He is coming off an interesting 3-game stretch. He played San Diego twice. First time against San Diego, 6 innings, 4 earned runs. next time out in his most recent start against the Padres. So he faced the Padres back-to-back. He was 5 innings, 2 earned runs against the Padres in San Diego in the second game of the back-to-back. On August 2nd, he faced the Diamondbacks, and he did give up 6 earned runs in 5 1/3 innings. So allowed, looks like 12 earned runs over his last 3 starts. So not dominating, but he does have a 3.60 ERA over his last 7 games and a 3.40 ERA on the season. Looking at the stats with Ortiz, the probable starter for the Pirates tomorrow, it does not look like Ortiz is a guy that gets a lot of swing and miss. So as I look at the numbers for Ortiz, the probable starter for Pittsburgh, he's got 95 innings pitched, 71 strikeouts. So not a guy that is going to get the swing and miss consistently. That probably plays well for the Rangers, a very aggressive team. This isn't a guy that is painting the corners, going deep into counts. This is a guy that's pitching to contact. So maybe the Rangers can take advantage of a guy that pounds the zone, pitches to contact. I don't know if the Rangers have a lot of numbers against Ortiz, if any. I'm going to go to the preview right now, see if I can get you the opposing lineups stats. We're not going to have any for Pittsburgh, unfortunately. I might be able to get it on ESPN. I'm on MLB right now. Looks like against Ortiz, we do have a number of guys with about 3 or 4 ABs apiece against Ortiz. Adolis, Grossman, Heim, all 0 for. Grossman 0 for 2, Adolis and Heim 0 for 3. Josh Jung 1 for 3 in his career versus the Pittsburgh probable starter for tomorrow. Nate Lowe also 1 for 3. Corey Seager 0 for 2 with an RBI. Marcus 1 for 4 with an RBI. Josh Smith 0 for 2 and Leote 2 for 3. So kind of a mixed bag, and it looks like they've really only faced him one time in one start. So I think it's going to be a little bit hard to predict how the Rangers are going to do against LL Ortiz, the Pirates starter for tomorrow. And then on the other side, I'm going to look up both guys and see if I can get you guys the batter versus pitcher for the 2 possible guys that I see starting for the Rangers tomorrow. So let's go Jose Urena first, and let's see if we can get a batter versus pitcher. It's going to be tough. I don't know if this is going to be great, but let's see. So splits, or actually batter versus pitcher here. And let's go. It would have to be 2023. We haven't played the Pirates yet. So against the Pirates last year in 2023, Jose Urena, we've got Austin Hedges 0 for 2. Hedgie. I forgot Hedgie was with the Pirates for a second. He's with the Guardians right now. But that's right. We did get him from the Pirates last year. So we won't see Hedgie. Brian Reynolds, 1 for 2 with a double. We've got Brian Hayes, 0 for 2. Joe Connor, 1 for 3 with a double. Carlos Santana, he's with the Twins now, so that is irrelevant. It doesn't look like there are a lot of numbers to go off of here. Now, if we were to go to Gray, if Gray is even possibly getting a start, I don't know if he is or not. In fact, it's not even going to let me look him up right here because I don't think he's technically a part of the roster. So let me go John Gray, though. We'll figure it out. We'll get this figured out. Hang on one sec, y'all. Again, and I don't know if he is going to be ready or not, but we'll look it up and see what his batter versus pitcher is against the Pirates. They were saying that he is getting very close to a return. So we'll see what happens with John Gray here. I don't know. I'll try and get you those stats as I keep going. Skeens is going on Friday against Seattle. Sucks to be them. Sucks to be a Mariners fan watching Paul Skeens dominate you on a Friday night, but it is what it is. Look, for Rangers fans, like I said, I feel bad. I think going to watch Paul Skeens would have been a treat. Hopefully the Rangers would have been able to hit him around a little bit. But that being said, Paul Skeens is very, very good. If we're going for wins and losses here and not entertainment factor, I would much, much rather not have to face Paul Skeens. All right, let's go 2023. and see if John Gray has anything against the Pirates. Doesn't look like he does. Let's go back to 2022, see if he has the Pirates there. Doesn't look like he faced them in 2022 either. 2021, yes, we do have some Pirates numbers in 2021. Don't know how reliable this is going to be because I do not have the Pirates roster perfectly down. Hayes is 0 for 1 against him. Brian Reynolds is 1 for 3. And that looks like about it for the current roster. There might be a couple other guys in there, but the sample size is pretty small. So going to be kind of a toss-up tomorrow how each lineup does against the opposing pitcher in my book. Don't know if I have a strong lean either way. Let me keep going here. Wonder what kind of response Chapman is going to get. I would say, John, I'd be really, really shocked if there was anything but a positive response for Chapman. You know, I can't say he left under bad circumstances. Yes, he was a little bit up and down for the Rangers, kind of another barf bag, buckle up kind of guy. But look, I don't know how you boo Chapman or don't give him anything but a warm round of applause. I don't know if he's going to get some rousing standing ovation. Maybe he will. If I was in the stadium, I'd stand up and clap for him whenever appropriate. He was a part of our World Series run. He did pitch in the World Series. He did get some big outs. I do think that he should be received warmly. I would be very surprised if he got something kind of meek, mild. I would be actually pretty shocked. I think most Rangers fans should stand up and applaud him. I don't think it would be as big as if Corey Seager left and came back. I think that would be a pretty epic round of applause standing O. I think Chapman is going to be warmly received, though. Unless I'm missing something, let me know if I'm forgetting. I don't know if he said something bad against the Rangers in the offseason. I didn't catch that. But assuming that there's nothing like that out there, I think he should get a pretty warm welcome. Now, the rest of the series, again, I don't think that the Rangers are going to have any other probable starters for us to talk about. But on Tuesday, both teams have not announced a starter for Tuesday's night game. And then on Wednesday, we are playing a day game. Looks like that game against the Pirates on Wednesday will start at 1:35 Texas time. So that'll be an 11:35 game for me. And then the Rangers will be off on Thursday before a weekend series with the Guardians. The Rangers will be going to Cleveland this Friday for a 3-game set with the Guardians. And then I want to say after that, it gets a little bit better for the Rangers, but not really completely sure on that one. It looks like on Monday, the Rangers are off. So we have a couple of off days coming up here in the next 8 days. It looks like the Rangers are off on Thursday, and then the Rangers will also be off this coming Monday. So the boys get a little bit of a break. Then Tuesday, so a week from Tuesday, so like 9 days from now, the Rangers will go to Chicago for a little 3-game set with the White Sox. So you've got a little AL Central double dip coming up here. Guardians and then White Sox after the Pirates visit Globe Life Field for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday series. And that's it. Let's look around the league and let's see what's going on. So it is, looks like mostly everything final. A few games still in the mix. Tonight looks like we'll have the Tigers hosting the Yankees on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Stroman versus Skubal. So if you want to watch a really, really incredible pitcher, tune in tonight, ESPN. Tarek Skubal pitching for the Detroit Tigers. Marcus Stroman going for the Yankees. I think that one is going to be a tough one for the Yankees to crack. Skubal, 2.53 ERA, 14-4 on the year. He is balling out and probably going to win a Cy Young this year in the AL. Giants and A's still going top of the ninth, 1-1 ball game. The Angels are losing to the Braves right now, 3-1 out in LA. And the Astros beat the White Sox 2-0 in Houston. Valdez gets the win in that one. Josh Hader gets his 27th save of the year. And then the Mariners. Let's see. They take the game today against the Pirates by a score of 10-3. So no ground gained, unfortunately, for the Rangers, but no ground lost, which the Rangers have been doing a lot of over the past week or so. So good that the Rangers hold their ground. And as the standings read today, the Rangers at the moment are 11 games out of first place in the AL West, 7 games behind the Mariners for second place. Mariners are 4 games out behind Houston. 12 and a half games the Rangers are out in the wild card race. So it's not looking great for the Rangers. We're not going to try to do the playoff thing a whole lot with you guys until it gets into the single digits. It's just not a very fun game to play with how bad the Rangers are out. Is it completely impossible for the Rangers to make the playoffs? No, it's not. But it's not looking good. In fact, if we go to Fangraphs, MLB playoff odds right now in the AL West, Rangers still going strong with a 0.2 chance to make the playoffs. With the wins by the Astros and the Mariners today, you've got a 0.1 chance to win the division and a 0.1 chance to win the wild card and a 0.0 chance to win the World Series. Just in case you were wondering, because I know we got some Astros fans that like to pop in every once in a while. The Astros, according to Fangraphs, has a 7% chance to win the World Series. A very good chance to make the playoffs at 86%, but a very poor chance to win the World Series. Right now, 15.5% chance for the Yankees, 8.1% chance for the Orioles, 6.1% chance for the Twins, and then, of course, the 7% chance for the Astros to win the World Series. On the other side, the Phillies and the Dodgers have the best odds, 12.7% chance to win it all for the Phillies, and the Dodgers have a 15.1% chance. So it's Yankees and it's Dodgers with the 2 best odds to win the World Series, according to Fangraphs. So take it with a grain of salt. We all know Fangraphs isn't everything, but it's something. So there you go. They're your odds for the Rangers to win it all and even make the playoffs for today. We'll just keep reading it to you after every game. Why not? Right now, the only other thing that I want to do before we start closing up the show, I'll do one final round on questions and everything. Let's go to Tankathon and let's see where the Rangers draft order is right now. So not that the Rangers are tanking by any means, but they do win today. They are still in the 5 spot, it appears, for draft picks. So still have a top 5 draft pick. The Blue Jays are a game and a half better than the Rangers right now in the win column. So they are a game and a half out of a top 5 pick. The Blue Jays are. The Pirates are at the 7th pick right now in the 2025 draft. They are, looks like, 2 games behind the Rangers for a top 5 pick. So you've got kind of a battle for a top 5 pick going on this weekend. Look, at this point, can we just kind of be real about this? And look, I don't want to see the Rangers do this, but we need to be real. It really doesn't benefit the Rangers to win a lot of games right now because the likelihood of them making the playoffs is very small. So let's say the Rangers were to win like 20 in a row right now, go on a 20-game win streak. That would put them at, and just going off their record, that would put the Rangers at 77-68. That would put the Rangers at 77-68. And right now, the Astros, as they have it in the standings, Astros are at 67-56. So even if the Astros go 500 and we go on a 20-game win streak, we would still, I believe, be behind them, even on a 20-game win streak, if the Astros were to win 10 out of their next 20. So it's just not probable, just by the fact that the Astros are now 11 games up. It really, really would be a miracle for the Rangers to make it in at this point. So with that being said, Do you really want the Rangers to go off and win a ton of games? It would be fun as a fan. And for the purposes of this show, it would be much more fun to talk about wins than losses. But I think it really doesn't benefit the Rangers a ton to win a bunch of ball games at the end of the season. I think getting a top 10 draft pick, getting a top 5 draft pick would be much better at this point. I'm not cheering for losses, so don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. But if I'm just trying to be as objective as possible and not be a Homer fan, I don't think it benefits the Rangers to win a ton of games down the stretch. It's going to be very, very tough for them to make the playoffs. When's the last time there was a 20-game winner? Let me see if I can look that up for you on the fly, John. A 20-game winner has been something I think that has not been achieved for some years. Let's just do a little Google search. Last 20-game winner in MLB. Let's see if I can get a hit. Spencer Strider in 2023, John. That would have surprised me because I would have thought with the way things are going, with the relief pitchers kind of having a little bit more of a prominent role, but at least Google is telling me that Spencer Strider was the last one to win 20 games. So look, we'll see. I'll go to Wikipedia here, list of the last list of who's won the most games in the last like 60 years here. Let's check this out. So in the NL, we had Strider at 20, Kyle Wright for the Braves won 21. Then you had Urias in 2021 win 20. So it's actually more than you think. Strasburg, Lester, and Kershaw each won 18 apiece. And then that was like 2018, 17, 19. So, John, it's actually not as far away as you think. Now, in the AL, they have not had a 20-game winner since Garrett Cole did it with the Astros back in 2019. Justin Verlander won 21 games in that 2019 season as well. And then in 2018, Kluber and Snell each won 20 and 21 respectively. So the AL has had a little bit more of a drought, but the NL has actually had several 20-game winners over the past several seasons. Again, I was surprised too. It does feel like there's not as many anymore, but they're still out there, I guess. Let me keep going. I think we're just about ready to wrap up. Let me go to the headlines around the league, and then we are going to call it a day. Go enjoy the rest of this Sunday afternoon. For us out here in Vegas, only about 3:30. I know we're getting into the evening in Texas time, but the day is young here out in Las Vegas, and it's a beautiful day. Let me keep going. We have headlines. Scooble, of course, tonight is kind of a headline, Sunday Night Baseball. The Little League Classic tonight. So are they playing? Oh, they're playing at Bowman Field in Williamsport tonight. So, hey, that'll be kind of a cool thing to tune into. And the Little Leaguers, I think, get to check that out too, perhaps. So Little League special for you with the Detroit Tigers and the Yankees facing off in Williamsport today. Clayton Kershaw, vintage Kershaw, throws 6 scoreless in longest start of 24 is the headline. So Dodgers, if they can get Clayton Kershaw right and maybe not have to have him be the guy starting game 1 of a playoff series, that could be dangerous. Freddie Freeman for the Dodgers, though, injured his finger, his thumb, trying to field the ground ball. It was one of those where you kind of had the glove and the hand real close together. Ball takes a weird hop, and Freeman injures his finger. So that's unfortunate for the Dodgers. We will see and have to monitor that situation. Unfortunately, the Astros get on the front page with Framber Valdez winning his 8th straight decision with the shutout today of the White Sox. And beyond that, there's not a lot of other headlines for us to go through. Dominguez did get called up by the Yankees, so he's going to be there for the Little League Classic tonight. The Rays are on a little 3-game win streak. We've got the Guardians on a 3-game losing streak, so perhaps they can continue to be on that streak by the time we have to go to Cleveland. They will open up a series in the Bronx starting on Monday, from what it looks like. Maybe starting on Tuesday. And then other streaks. Royals won 4 in a row. And as I scroll down, the Brewers have won 5 in a row. Reds have lost 3 in a row. And the Diamondbacks have lost 3 in a row. Now, they are in the wild card at this moment. They are only 3 games back. 3 games up in the wild card. Believe, trying to think who the other wild card spot is. The Braves. The Braves have the 3rd wild card spot. And they are up at, looks like, are they down at the bottom? And then from there, it goes Diamondbacks, Padres. So there you go. There's kind of the streaks around the league and a little bit of other playoff positioning for you. All right, guys, I think I am going to call it a day. Scroll through and see if I missed anything else. Yeah, somebody says, Seth says on TikTok, Orioles are too good. I really feel like the Orioles out of the AL are my pick to win it all this year. I think they got knocked around by Texas last year. I think the Orioles are too good to not make it pretty deep in October. That's not to say they can't get knocked off like they did last year by the Rangers, but I really like the Orioles. Really like the Orioles to go deep this year in the playoffs. We'll see what happens. So Orioles and Dodgers is my pick for the World Series. Orioles and Dodgers. I know it's not like a crazy out of this world pick, but that is who I would bet on if I'm just being objective. Beyond that, doesn't look like we got anything else going on in the comments on Facebook, X, YouTube, and we'll do one check at Instagram. Nope, I think we're good. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Hope to see you on the live after the Pirates game tomorrow. We'll see who the Rangers announce as their starter. I'll be putting out one of my videos going through and previewing the matchup and also updating you guys on my system. Of course, y'all know I'm betting 1 cent on every follower on a Texas Rangers win. We're up to about 10,250-ish total followers. So if you're not following, you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that follow or subscribe button, and let's keep raising the stakes on it. The Rangers helped me make up a little bit of money today, getting the late inning win. The system itself is suffering a little bit with how bad the Rangers have been playing, but we still have hope that they can get us back at least close to even. It's going to take some really outstanding play for the Rangers to make that happen. But hey, if you know somebody that loves the Rangers or loves baseball, I would be very grateful if you would share this video with them or share one of my shorts or reels with them. Let's keep growing this good group of people we got talking Rangers baseball, talking baseball in general. I would really, really appreciate it. And then just to let all y'all know, I'm going to be continuing to go live in the fall when football starts up. I've made the decision, and I'll keep announcing this, that I am going to be going live after every Longhorns and Cowboys football game. Y'all know here at Right On Rangers, we cover everything sports, and we put that big emphasis on all the teams we love from the great state of Texas. So for us, it's Rangers first and foremost, Cowboys, Longhorns, and then the Dallas Mavericks. We might do a little bit of college hoops, but just being real, that doesn't heat up till February, March for us. Occasionally, we'll mention it. If you ever want to talk college hoops, throw it in there. Y'all know I'm game to talk about just about anything. So that is going to be coming to you, coming your way late August, early September. We'll be starting to weave some football in. Hope you'll continue to join us. We'll still be going live after every Rangers game. So this is when things start heating up for us here at Right On Rangers. We got baseball, we got college football, we got NFL, we got hoops starting up in October. So it's a good time of year to be a sports fan and to be a Texas sports fan at that. So again, have a great rest of your Sunday. Come hang out tomorrow after hopefully another Texas Rangers win. And as I always say to end every show, God bless. Go Rangers.